And God can be found where God has always been found, with the poorest, the weakest, and the most vulnerable among us. Yes, indeed, we see the face of Jesus best in the faces of those who are hungry, thirsty, naked, sick, lonely, or in prison. And our Lord said, "You welcome me into your life when you welcome a child into your life." And tonight, we want to introduce you to a child that desperately needs your help. A child in one of the many developing countries around the world. We're working with an organization called Compassion International. We know that you care about issues of global poverty, and tonight we want to make an opportunity available for you to make a relational connection with a child in need. Now, times are tough for so many of us, with oil being 12 cents a gallon this summer, yes indeed. Well, imagine what kind of effect this has on children in developing countries where food has tripled in cost just in the last 6 months. I'm not making this up. I've seen it for myself with my very own eyes. And so more than ever, children in developing countries need a relationship with you. Volunteers are coming forward right now. They're going to put in your hands a photograph and a packet of a child that we want you to become a sponsor of through Compassion International. Now, I'm sure you've realized by now that this revival is something of a thinly veiled guise for the promotion of the balm of Gilead miracle oil. Yes, well, the reason why we're traveling to so many cities this summer is not just to promote the healing balm of Gilead, but also to see 150 children sponsored. This is the last night of 31 cities, and you can help us reach our goal. We're getting so close, but we're going to need several of you to commit to this endeavor this evening. If you choose to support a child, simply fill out the information on the back and bring it to the side here after the show. If you choose to do that, we'd like to send you home tonight with the free bottle of the healing balm of Gilead. Yes, indeed, a $20 value. A wonderful gift. Well, if I haven't convinced you by now to support a child, I'd like to show you a moving picture story that will show you the work of Compassion International, featuring my great-great-grandson and my great-great-granddaughter and other friends. So, Kiwi Dave, if you could put a dime in the Nickelodeon and get the moving picture story started. Folks, take a look.
In May, Mark and I traveled to El Salvador to be part of a compassion project, to learn what they do, to see how compassion projects work around the world. And what we were introduced to were 4 projects. And inside of each of these projects, we were able to see how, in a partnership with a church, compassion sponsors are able to participate with children in giving them education, health care, emotional support, and a faith community.
The first day we were here, I found myself trying to look for what I imagined would be the place of poverty. Dirt roads and a lot of garbage. And El Salvador didn't look like that on face value. There were Toyota dealerships and fast food restaurants right around the corner from the Compassion Center. And we met a little girl, Jahira, at that center, and the Compassion staff took her by the hand and walked us to her house. We went right past the Toyota dealership, but took a left turn down a dirt road and across a very dirty little river or creek where she lived. And what it reminded me of is, in this rapidly accelerating global economy, some people are being left behind. I feel like to walk into Jahira's house, to meet her mother and her brother, to hear the story of their life together, has given us a chance to put a face and a name and a friendship to issues of global poverty. I believe that if the imaginations of the poor can be awakened, that they will liberate themselves. And that is my hope for Jahira, that as she continues to participate in the Compassion Project in her neighborhood, through the support of our family and the care and love that she gets from local workers, that she will have an imagination for a life of dignity and hope and of participation in the healing and care of her community.
And what I saw with the projects of compassion, they're providing opportunity for children who in every other environment in this country would have had no chance out. And what we're seeing is not just a program. What we're seeing is one person loving and caring for another. And what to me seems so special about what compassion does, it tries to introduce people to other people. So in every place we've been, there are these little girls meeting these women directors, and they see in them a possibility that they could have a life, that they could have an education, that there's these little boys who are introduced to adult sponsors in the United States, and they receive letters from them, and they hear stories about people in the United States who love them and care for them, who want to fund them so that they can have an education. We're able to see from the Office of Compassion El Salvador all the way down to the projects and inside the homes of these children, how that communication, how that connection, how those personal sponsors travel all the way through that system. And I'll tell you, it was really surprising and shocking to me, and such good news. To invite you to be a part of supporting a compassion child is not just inviting you to financially support them. It really is inviting you to become a part of their family, to join with them, to watch them grow, to encourage them, and to be a prime support in their life.